Hi, boys and girls. So for ELA today, you have two different activities to do. We're going to go over vocab words right now, and then I'll do another video for spelling and the roller word activity for them. So first thing you do is you're going to look at the PowerPoint for the vocab. I'm going to go over these now. You can start that slideshow for us. Okay, so the first word we have is airport. That's an area used by aircrafts to take off and to land. Sorry, I'm trying to move me so I'm not in the way. Okay. We can hear the airplanes because we live close to the airport. They got to the airport 2 hours before their flight. A large airport handles thousands of flights every day. Some examples: Midway and O'Hare, those are the ones in Chicago. Those airports in Chicago, it's places where you fly out of, not made a mistake. It is not a parking lot or a bus station or cars or buses or trains. Airports have the planes. Cellar is a room or room under a building where things are stored. So a cellar is underground. It doesn't necessarily have to be under a building. There's some cellars out here across the street from me, and it just has a door you can go right down into. So see these steps, you're going down into it. The Jacksons stored canned food and other supplies in the cellar. When the tornado came, we hid in the cellar. The cellar stays cool even in the hottest weather. Synonyms or examples: it's kind of like a basement or a vault. It goes underneath. It is not an attic. An attic is above. So just think something that you go underneath. Curious, boys and girls, has more than one meaning. In the story this week, we are going to use this meaning: strange, odd, or unusual. The other meaning might be when you want to learn something, like, oh, I was really curious to see how he made that tool. Okay, that's another meaning of it. This week, I want you guys to be using it as strange, odd, or unusual. That's how we're going to use this word curious in our sentences and anything that we do. Okay, so here's some examples. The box had a curious design on it. When the doorbell rang, Alice got a curious look on her face. It is curious that nobody understood George's message. So again, all these meanings are strange, odd, weird, unusual. That's how we're using it. It's the opposite of ordinary or common or normal. Delicious, very pleasing, satisfying, or delightful, especially to the taste or the smell. The pancakes were delicious. My mother made a delicious vegetable soup. The bread baking in the oven smells delicious. Tasty, appetizing, yummy. Those are all synonyms for delicious. Antonyms: what it is not: bad, horrible, nasty, gross. Described. Now, described means told in words how someone looks, feels, or acts, or recorded the most important things about a place, a thing, or an event. When you're describing something, you can tell looks, feels, acts. So here's this pencil. I'm going to describe it. It is a long, skinny pencil. It is yellow. There's a purple eraser at the end. There's a lead tip. There's a number 2 on it. Okay, that's describing something. Karen described her room. I described Nate's trip to the dentist. The book described how to build a tree fort. So if you're describing this Nate's trip to the dentist, I might be explaining, okay, first we got into the car and he was all nervous. When we got to the dentist, he was still nervous, but they calmed him down. So just explaining what was happening. Again, so synonyms could be explain or specify. We're not concealing any information or confusing or hiding the information. We're telling it all when you're describing something. Farewell means parting or the last thing. So my mom gave me a farewell kiss. We had a farewell dinner the night before Aunt Lisa left. The sisters shared a farewell hug after lunch. So some examples means goodbye or a send-off. You're bidding somebody farewell, they're leaving. So it is not hello or greeting them. That's the opposite of it. Anything with farewell means they're leaving. And I want you to think about in the story, this week, she leaves her home and goes to another one. So she has to say farewell to the people in her first home. And then we have memories. Memories are people, things, and events that you can remember. My memories of my grandfather are important to me. Claire has good memories of summer vacation. One of Hank's worst memories is the time he got lost at the zoo. So some examples, your thoughts, your recollections, anything that you can recall. So it's not something that you forget or you have amnesia, you can't remember anything. So those are the words this week. The PowerPoint's going to be on here for you to use and go back to if you can't remember what a meaning of a word is.